Hello and welcome, air signs, to your Aquarius season reading. We are going to be rolling through all of the air signs together. That's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. We are going to be doing elemental readings for this horoscope season, and we are going to be giving you these readings from Mood Tarot. And by we, I mean me and my dog, who is trying to bust down this door right now. I can hear the like of the door getting pushed right now. So we are going to draw a few cards in the start, stop, continue fashion. And if you don't know what that is, about two horoscope readings ago, I was teaching y'all about the start, stop, continue spread that I do, which also includes an obstacle card. So a start, stop, continue reading is one where we tune in to all of the thoughts, actions, behaviors, and beliefs, habits that you need to start doing more of, you need to stop doing because they're not serving you, they're not helping you, and you need to continue doing, with an obstacle card in the center there to give you a sense for, like, well, what's stopping me? What's keeping me from making all of these changes? Now, because this is for all air signs, and because this isn't just like for your sun sign, this is for if you're a Libra moon or an Aquarius rising. Because this is a multi-dimensional reading, take what you need and leave the rest. But if you hear something that sounds like something that a friend is going to, feel free to send this reading to them, because we all need guidance. We all need clarity in this time. Like, this is, we go through cycles and waves in history of um, revolution and tumult. And this feels pretty tumulty today, especially because I'm doing this reading on MLK Day, which is also another day, but I won't get into that. I will be getting into that maybe in other videos. So let me know if you want to hear my political takes, because I've already been getting a little bit political in my readings, and you'll probably hear me get into it in this one as well. But that's all to say, this is going to be a take what you need reading. So be sure to take what you need and pass along the rest to friends, family, anybody who's open and needs to hear some good, orderly disobedience. I was trying to come up with an acronym for God, but who needs a little soul, a little source of abundant love in their life, which is what I call God a lot of the time. So we're going to do a start, stop, continue reading. And let's see what mood has to say. Yeah. Yep. Good. Thank you. We've got our start card. We've got our stop card. Let's see. Continue. What is our cheering section? This is our obstacle. And continue. Okay. Anything else? Nope. That's well enough. And we leave well enough alone when it comes to readings, because we don't want to do too much. We don't want to overload our senses and our the data that we're collecting, so that we can just focus on just a couple of little things at a time. So let's start with our stop. This is our stop card. That's going to show us things to let go of. And it's showing the Crazy Town card, which in mood is the Sun card. And that is the Sun in Major Arcana. So the Sun is saying ugh to a lobster saying, yeah, it's going to be crayfish, and a dog barking at the moon saying, this road trip is going to be an absolute shit show. there are two towers in the distance and a path between them. Two creatures, they look like dogs to me, with another creature between them in the water. And the sun up overhead, just giving off all of these sort of spiritual tears. I forget what they're called. They have their own name. Those little yellow bits there. And because we're moving into Aquarius season, and this is for our air signs, what I'm getting from this is a message from the water bearer. Aquarius is the sign of the water bearer, and even though it's got that watery connection, Aquarius is still an air sign, which sort of gives me bubbles. It sort of gives me, like, using water to hold air, but like it's not just water, it's something that creates tension. And it feels like, because there's this sort of energy toward like the journey ahead is going to be a shit show, it seems like y'all are holding, air signs, you're holding some tension around something that should be light and fun and really inspire your creative spirit. So maybe tap back into the sort of wet, watery emotions that you might be trying to hover above because they're so mucky and they get your clothes wet. I know. The emotional intelligence that we bring to how we feel about what lies ahead, or the decisions that we've made, or the situations that we know that we're putting ourselves into, that emotional intelligence is going to be the thing that holds you in either effervescence, that sort of like rainbowy shininess that envelops, the air of a bubble, or feels like tension. Feels like I'm trapping something. I'm holding on to this emotion and I'm not paying attention to like the rainbow sparkles of it. I'm just trying to get this bubble from point A to point B without ever having to touch, whether having that emotion without ever having to have that emotion touch the journeyed aspect. So it's like you're trying to take a journey without actually feeling any feelings along the way. Does that make sense? People, there's the saying that's coming up of like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. But if you actually believe that, then you'll open yourself to the feelings of the journey. You'll open yourself to like your cart getting stuck in the mud. You'll open yourself to, picking up hitchhikers along the way, which I know Aquarians, you're already very open to. I understand because y'all do some wild shit. But the big stop here is you are stopping yourself from experiencing the fullness of the journey. And you might be trying to hold in something. So let's see what we need to start doing. It's the Ace of Pentacles, or the Ace of Devil Cats in this sense. And it says, oh, look, it's the get your shit together coin. Ace is about the beginning of something. It's about looking ahead at a journey ahead of you. So again, there feels like this sort of like, I'm making a decision and I'm about to make some moves. And Pentacles, or Devil Cats, as Mood Tarot likes to call it, is about not just coinage and finances, but it's all the things that are outside of you that still affect you or that are affected by you. So it's your relationships, it's your career, it's your home life. And if you literally are thinking about moving, if you're literally thinking about picking up and going somewhere else, if you're thinking about taking a relationship to another level, if you're thinking about moving up the ladder or down a ladder or adjacently in your workplace. If you're thinking about taking a step and you're thinking about the momentum that's carrying you on on your way to another destination, you might be holding back on experiencing all of the feelings that need to come with that. And you need to start looking at this as an opportunity to face new possibilities for how you experience life. Because I guarantee you, the thing that is hard for you to do is look beyond your own surroundings. And I'm just now seeing the little garden gate here where it's got the entrance where you can see the mountains in the distance. Like you want to stay where you are emotionally, because in that physical space, that's where you've been able to emotionally hold tension and hold your emotional state in like a really secure way. You haven't had to experience new emotions or feelings because you've stayed in the same place for so long. So you've been experiencing the same things over and over again. Now that you're exposed to some newness, you're starting to freak out a little bit. And I totally understand. Keep calm and carry on is what I got as soon as I flipped over this card. This is the Man card, who is also the Emperor. And it says comfort in conformity. Conformity. Okay? We've got this card in the continue position. There is a level of discipline that you've developed, air signs, with how you express and even sometimes expedite the feeling of your feelings, or the material change around you that happens in your physical surroundings. You've learned how to manage things very well. And the thing that's blocking you, here's your obstacle card, is the Noob of Mind Bullets, or the Page of Swords, meaning the guy who's new to a different perspective, who's new to a certain mindset shift and doesn't want to have to learn a new thing. If it's in your obstacle card, if it were in your start position, it would be like, start shifting your mind about this. Start leaning into that mindset shift of like, I can be new to this next level of learning about how to equip myself with emotions. But because it's in your obstacle card and not your continue card, if it was in your continue card, I would be like, yay, you're doing it. You're opening yourself to being new to this shifting mindset that you'll need in order to take the journey and accept all of the emotional experience that's going to come along with it, without tension, while breaking that tension and just sort of enjoying that sparkly pop and that misty feeling of like, ah, I'm refreshed. I'm refreshed by the breaking of this tension around this thing that I thought I had to hold. It's not in your continue card. It's not in your continue position. It's in your obstacle. Because air signs, one of the hardest things for y'all to do is to shift your mindset around being new to things. You don't want other people to see you being new. Y'all are very secret and very not secret perfectionists. And I know that you like to think that you are capable of being in a new situation and relaxing into it. But if you haven't decided that the thing that you're willing to relax into is the emotional experience that's going to come along with it, I mean, it's like this guy is saying on here, oh, this old sword? Why? What do you know about it? Kind of like protective. looking at somebody and the sword is on the opposite side, protecting the mindset of I I like the old ways and I don't want to have to do things in a new way. I don't want to have to change my ways. And I'm sorry, air signs, but y'all are the embodiment of everything is changing all the time, forever. The only thing that is constant is change. God is change. Love is change. Change is like the law of the universe. Change is the law of all things. And for you to block yourself from feeling that and from welcoming the warmth and the wetness and the dirtiness of all the emotional experiences and the emotional expression that you're going to learn, the creativity that you would learn, the fully embodied relationship repair that you would be capable of through letting yourself feel your feelings as you take these next steps, as you do this next thing that you know is going to lead you somewhere totally different. If you're blocking yourself from all of that, then how are the rest of us going to be able to learn from you how to accept change? Change is what we need. Here's the political in me. Change is what we need. Change is going to help us in this revolutionary time. If we are not accepting of the emotional components of change, then we are internally remaining stagnant, while externally pushing, rowing, mowing through life. Our outside and our inside need to have synchronicity, need to have harmony, need to have some kind of synchronization so that as things change and as things evolve, we too are evolving and adapting with them. I hear so much from men specifically, so I want to talk to y'all right now. If you're watching this and you identify as a man, I hear from men all the time that evolution has made you a certain way, has made you super logical, has made you a protector, has made you essentially the masculine component of the society and the culture that we live in today. But I would posit to you, I would offer you an invitation to introspect, to look inward and to think about and to ponder on if evolution is ongoing, then wouldn't it only be logical that in this revolution that we're in, we are returning to some things that we might have left behind at a time when we had technologies that we started to replace things with. And now we're realizing some of those technologies have only served to weaken us. Or some of those cultural craftings around how we operate as masculine, feminine, and all of the gendered rainbow in between have actually put us in boxes instead of setting us free to experience the human experience. Because if that's what evolution is leading us toward, is becoming the best of our species, then we need to actually start looking at what is best for our species. And we need men to start coming along on that journey. I especially am saying this in the air signs video to y'all right now, because air signs are heavily logic oriented and are just super up here. And that is assigned to the masculine bucket, But when we drop just logic and just thinking and just brain energy into a bucket, then we lose out on the continued evolution of our species, which seems kind of dumb to me. Seems kind of illogical to me to keep things in a box like that when nobody says that it has to be that way. You can change your mind at any time. You just have to be willing to be new. You have to be willing to be seen making mistakes and being wrong about things. And you have to be willing to ask questions and start coming from a place of curiosity. Yeah, you know it's going to get crayfish. You know it's going to get crazy. You know it's going to be a shitstorm. You know that this is going to change everything. But you already are disciplined enough in other ways to learn how to apply that discipline to your emotional intelligence as well. So if you're afraid of your emotions because they're shitstormy and they're a little cray cray, they're a little crayfish, then just know that this is your continue card. This is what we are celebrating, is that you have already developed discipline in so many ways. And if you don't give yourself that credit for already being good at at tightening some things up and discerning, not judging, not judging, but discerning between what is right for you, what is best for all, and what is wrong morally, ethically, naturally, according to nature. You are capable of that. You've already proven it. You can apply it to everything else, including the emotional muck that you're being invited over and over. I feel like I've talked about this in a few other air sign videos in the past 2 months since I've been doing these horoscope videos. I feel like I've been talking about this. Y'all got this. You can do it. It's all right here. Okay? You've got this. I believe in you. I love you so much. If this resonated for you, please comment if you enjoyed any part of this video, if you took something from this. Please like this video so that we can start to get these messages of loving acceptance out there. And be sure to subscribe if you're new here. Hi! Hi, friend! Hello! Welcome to Compassion and Chaos in the most loving, creative, and community-oriented way. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me. You're so deserving of all the love you desire, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day.